I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at the Launchpad market of today. The Fear and Greed Index is on fear, 34 points, definitely looking worse than yesterday and last week, where we basically shifted towards greed in neutrality. The Bitcoin is sitting at 43.4k, Ethereum is sitting at 3.2k. What is happening with the launchpads? It's not looking great. Obviously, when Bitcoin moves down, all the launchpads move down as well. However, there's already some stabilization happening. The biggest gainer in the last 24 hours, Nearpad, with almost 26%, doing extremely well on the weekly basis with almost 120% gain. Meta VPad gaining 7%. Babylon's gaining 7%, Brandpad gaining 5%. And you can see from the chart that's all happening in the last 3 hours. So most of these launchpads are recovering in line with some Bitcoin traction. As you can see, there's a small line there and the launchpads are reacting to that. Across a 7-day, well, let's look at the 24-hour loser actually. That is Tronpad. So Tronpad definitely taking some big hits. Starter took some big, probably unstaking dump right here. And Smogs, one of the bigger gainers this week, lost all of their gains, almost just 5% gain. So definitely today taking a big hit, as you can see here on the chart. CeeLo launch, basically very abrupt on the chart, and KCC pad as well having a huge unstaking, as you can see here. Looking at the 7-day average, Nearpad on top, Rocco Finance in the second position, and Decubate on number 3. Peak DeFi, basically new, ranked in the Launchpad category, making significant gains as well. We do have a lot of new listings in the overview, which is nice because we had about 72 before. It was scaled to 78 and now there's 90 total. Of course, there's a lot more Launchpads that are not currently on the list, but should be. We hope they are added soon. On a market cap ranking, Dowmaker still at the top in terms of IDO launchpads, being quite stable as per usual. Polka Starter, one of the bigger launchpads as well, performing quite steady. CDeFi making some small returns after that weekly loss, right? Peak DeFi after the pump stabilizing right now, and TrustSwap taking a small dive today, making for a good entry position. BSC pad, slight recovery on their weekly loss. Starterra a little bit down. GameFi basically being one of the big losers today with over 10% in the minus. Not so bullish there. Other than that, all of these launchpads here, Paid Network making some small gains. It's not really looking too bad, you know. Anywhere from 0 to 5% plus or 0 minus 5%, it's not really that big of a deal. 5% on a 12-cent price, that is good for bullpucks, because they really needed that. Their valuation has been down by a lot lately, only currently sitting at 5.7 million. Comunitas stable as always. GameZone stable. ETHPad taking another hit just now, literally an hour ago. PulsePad stable, and here we have the biggest winner with a market cap of only $1.3 million. 20% up today, 109% up in the last week. Pad still down significantly. Yellow Road stable after that pump and dump situation almost a week ago. Avalanche on the AVAX blockchain up a little bit. Engine Starter finally trying to make some gains. We can actually look at that chart because they are doing quite well today. They have been doing decent in terms of some price movement, at least for the last 7 days. On the monthly chart, it's still not looking as healthy, but we just need to give Engine Starter some more time. As most of these launchpads would need more time to make the recovery happen. As you can see, the list here is basically unconfirmed market caps, right? It's not been verified by CoinMarketCap. And then you have at the bottom the list of non-confirmed market caps in general, just they don't know. right? Filter peak, Navity. There's some big volatilities, but there's also some structural downward trends. If you look at KingPad, for example, really dependent on their staking, right? It's just not working. It has been in a downward pattern ever since launch, basically. You can definitely see, obviously, same owner as MemePad, right? Which also has that problem. You can't just rely on staking. You need to come with good projects as well, or your token will continue to devaluate. These platforms like KingPad, like MemePad, really need a bullish market in order to basically complete good IDOs, in my opinion. Other than that, they're not as capable. If you look at all these small launchpads, look at these volumes as well. They're extremely low. Starter has about 61K. They were looking for your peak about 100K. But here's like $260 worth of poly launcher token. There's not even enough tradable volume to get rid of your tokens, even if you would like to. KingPad only 23,000, right? So definitely one big sales order is going to ruin this price. But then again, most of the tokens are locked in their staking platform. Fee launch sitting at 31 cents, continues to lose value on a weekly average. Soul Razor down, Moonstarter down. So definitely if you look at the volumes, right, definitely important to take into consideration apart from the market cap is that when you go into the lower volumes, you see a higher volatility on the price, which of course relative to the projects that are launching, which is currently many, there are basically good buying opportunities, because obviously when you're holding these tokens and the value goes down, you're fucked. But on the other hand, for me, where I'm now currently only holding AnyPad and Unix, I can make tremendous opportunities, right? As I discussed earlier in the video earlier today, I will make the CDFI entry today, the TrustSwap entry today, and the Communitas entry. So that's like me expanding my Launchpad portfolio across 3 Launchpads, and likely I'm going to scale it to 10 to 15 different Launchpads because the prices are just so good right now, where everybody is focused on, yes, these prices are down, which sucks if you're holding the token, but this is like still just a little bit of an up pattern in a bearish market, right? In the bearish market, you want to make the entries so you can harvest the rewards in the bull market. Most people with the Launchpads make the entry in the bull market and then get fucked when the bear market comes and the tokens devaluate. So obviously the Launchpads are a two-sided equation. On the one side, the Launchpad token value, which is most often to be staked, and on the other side, you have the IDOs with the possible returns. So in a bull market, they're both great. In the bearish market, the performance of the launches goes down, as well as the valuation of the token which goes down, which basically means that you need to be careful. There's no reason, in my opinion, to sell these tokens. So for example, AnyPad, right? I can take up AnyPad because that has been a fucking disaster overall. Let me see where that shit's at. Here we go. So AnyPad basically had like a huge devaluation, right? From like 1 year ago, it has only, 1 year ago, it has only become less. So I got in at about 3.5 cents, right? So it has lost 7x its value, basically. So I got in for about, I'm not sure, maybe $4,000 at the time, $5,000. Right now, it's maybe worth like $800, right? It's basically worthless. Relatively. However, this is not the time to sell. You know, it's panicking. People are panicking. Oh, it's down. They barely have any projects. If I'm going to sell now, I'm just going to throw away $4,500 in opportunity cost. If it has been devaluating so much, I might as well hold on to it now for the 1 or 2 good projects a year that they might get, because they got me Sidus, they got me Godzilla, so they definitely Age of Gods, so they definitely got good projects when the market is bullish, right? So don't make the mistake, which I see a lot of people make, in dumping their tokens right now. In my opinion, this is the moment to buy tokens, specifically for Launchpads, as the entries are so much more affordable, you know. Guaranteed allocation on CDFI, basically right now $4,000. In the bull market, $16,000, right? Very much, very big of a difference. And this is one of the top 3 market cap value launchpads, right? So in that case, it's obvious that when you're talking about all the smaller launchpads, there are insane opportunities right now. And that's basically my take-home message for today. Insane opportunities if you know where to look at. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.